Yo, what's up guys? Terrell here from Terrell Game Vlogs, here to do kind of a vlog on something I think, I don't know, I've been kind of thinking about recently. Recently, I mean within the last hour or two. And that is the digital transition. Now, as I've stated before in previous videos, maybe not, well obviously, on here obviously, and then on top of that, my main channel I've said it, I am a fan of digital media. But at this point, I think it's becoming increasingly obvious that digital media will eventually... Wait, I said I'm a fan of physical, right? Okay. Apparently I forgot what I said a second ago. I'm a fan of physical media, but I know that the digital transition is becoming more and more apparent through different means and ways. It's kind of the same thing when we went from fucking VHS to DVDs. Now granted, that was the transition I grew up with. Like, I grew up in that generation of transition. Like, I grew up on VHS and I went to DVDs. The difference is I never bought that many VHS, so the transition didn't bother me too much. The DVD to Blu-ray transition was the kind of my first situation. And Rodney and Beto will tell you that, because for the longest motherfucking time, I wouldn't buy anything Blu-ray. I would always get DVDs. And then I got a PS3 and it was like, well, I have no justification not to get a fucking Blu-ray, and then I just become a Blu-ray kind of guy. So if the Blu-ray version is available, I usually end up getting that, or if it's the Blu-ray DVD, I'm usually watching the Blu-ray version. I mean, that's just how it is, which may have fucked up my graphics whore non-credibility, because I'm not like ridiculous with it, but I will say if I can watch it in 1080p, I'm going to. I'll say that. Okay. But on top of all of that, we're going to eventually start having to make that next transition, which is not a higher video format, but just a fucking a new way of watching it. And that's the whole cloud storage bull. Now, depending on what kind of media we're talking about, depends on my transition. Anime is probably going to be one of the last things I make that transition towards, because it's fucking anime and I refuse, because I'm just bad like that. The first thing that's probably going to make that transition is gaming, and it's a kind of a decision I recently decided, is that with the new generation of consoles, and I know some call me Johnny is doing this with his Wii U, I'm going to do this for when I get a PS4. The PS4 will be the first console I buy digital only for, period. And the only exception, there was two, but now that I think about it, it only really needs to be one. The only game that will be an exception to that rule is Kingdom Hearts 3, because I'm a whore. Now people are going to ask, well, why won't you just go ahead and do it with the Wii U since you already have the console? It's too far in, dude. I have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? 8 or 9, I'm not totally sure. I don't see DK in the stack, so maybe 9. Is DK in the... Oh no, DK's right here. Yeah, 9 or 10. I got Sonic and DK on here. Usually when it's harder to go from in the middle of a generation to switch. So with me, it's like the Wii U, I started physical, I'm going to finish out. Nintendo will probably be the last other gaming consoles I do in a physical. I stop when I switch to digital. But for right now, Sony is going to be the first console I try this with. Kingdom Hearts 3 is the exception, because it's fucking Kingdom Hearts 3. That's a game franchise I've grown up with since I think I played the first Kingdom Hearts when I was in 8th grade. 7th or 8th grade. And I didn't play, and then I played Kingdom Hearts 2 the day it came out. And Kingdom Hearts 2, as of right now, I think is the one I've put the most time and effort into. Because that, I went out of my way. Like, I fucking 100% of that game. Oh, if anyone's played Kingdom Hearts 2, you know how much of a bitch that is. But, oh, that was dedication. I think that was the first Kingdom Hearts game I beat Sephiroth in. Kingdom Hearts 2 was just so good to me. I can't even play Kingdom. To be perfectly honest, I don't even like playing Kingdom Hearts 1 anymore because of how good Kingdom Hearts 2 is. And if Kingdom Hearts 3 is anything like Kingdom Hearts 2 in that regard, I'm not going to want to touch Kingdom Hearts 2 after that. And if you could make me stop playing Kingdom Hearts 2, that'd be ridiculous. But Kingdom Hearts is one of those major things. So Kingdom Hearts, as of right now, is the only Sony exclusive game, or not even Sony exclusive, but just PlayStation 4 game I'm going to buy physically. Everything else I'm going to go digital. I'm not going to do that with PS3, particularly because, once again, as I said, I started physical, so I'm going to finish it physical. Plus that there are a few PS3 games I want to go out and go ahead and play. Especially because a lot of them are cheap as fuck now. One of them I actually want to stream for Twitch at some point in the future is Lollipop Chainsaw, because I saw the trailers for that game and I saw like the game and I was like, you know, I kind of want to play this, but I never got the chance to actually play it when I had the chance. So, and it's probably cheap as fuck now, so I can probably get it for dirt ass cheap. It's probably like maybe $10, maybe $15. That's not the point. But it's this whole transition. And then we get into the other things that obviously we're into, which would be manga and anime. As I said, anime is less likely, particularly because I have sites like Crunchyroll, which already kind of like filters out a lot of bullshit that I wouldn't pay for to begin with. And then everything else is either shows I really, really like, or shows that I'm interested in. But the manga side is where I'm kind of wavering a bit, and I'm starting trying to make distinctions of what I want to do. I'll give you a per example. Nisekoi I have read the first 7 volumes for. This is kind of because the 7th volume came out digitally today. But I think I only own the first 2. I'm looking at volume 2 right now. Maybe it's just maybe volume 3 isn't out yet. I don't even fucking remember. Or maybe it's just somewhere else in this fucking room. That might be it too. Nisekoi, I'm buying the physical volumes for, but I don't necessarily view Nisekoi as a series that I need the physical copy to. And then the whole Food Wars manga came out last week. What was it? Shoujoken no Soma or something along those lines. I think the English translation is Food Wars. At least that's what it said on the volume. I'm starting to go with manga in a different direction. I think for right now, my only dedicated manga are going to be about 4 to 5 series, and everything else I might finish out the ones I started physical with, but I might, like, for every future title, just buy digitally. And the series I'm thinking of off the top of my head right now would be One Piece, obviously. I don't even think I need to say that one. It's Waribito, Pokemon, which is going to take me a while because I took a break, and now I need to, like, get back into the Ruby Sapphire game because I have all the gold and silver. Like, I think I have everything from Kanto to the end of Johto. So I need to get into Hoenn. I don't even know I'm going to touch down in the Pro, but the manga might be different. So that's what? Pokemon, It's Waribito, One Piece. I want to finish Tokyo Mew Mew. I'm going to go ahead and finish Tengo Tenge, which I need to go ahead and get, to be perfectly honest, because I don't know how long that's going to be around. I'm not even totally sure I'm going to finish some of these other ones, like fucking Siren or Soul Eater. I haven't really made that damn decision yet. Manga, I'm more geared to do that. Like, if they were to release the fucking, like, and then I also, plus that because I don't read manga as much as I watch anime, that's the other thing. This whole digital transition is going to be a weird experience. And obviously I won't be able to really tell you how I feel about it until I start really making that transition. I mean, the closest thing to that transitions I've made so far would have been the whole Crunchyroll thing, which I've gotten so used to in a sense it doesn't feel like it's been a transition. But that's not exactly the same as just having a digital library. Well, it kind of is. Crunchyroll is a digital library. I don't know. And even then, I won't do that with every series. That's why I think, like, when it comes to the Funimation titles and the Sentai titles, Funimation I know will probably be the last company I will ever subscribe to their online subscription service, because knowing me, I'm going to end up buying their shit anyway. Like, that's just kind of a fact. Which is why I say anime are probably the last thing on my list of digital transitions. PS3 is not giving me the best experiences in terms of gaming, if you've seen my One Piece Pirate Warriors struggle videos. So the transition there, I think I'll just start fresh with PS4. Oh, and I might as well bring this up since I'm talking about games. One Piece Unlimited World Red. Now, we are getting this in the States, and it's going to be digital only on the Nintendo consoles and, like, physical copies on the PS3 and Vita. And people wanted me to talk about it real quick. I don't know, because I would rather get it for the Wii U, to be perfectly honest. But I want that physical fucking copy. So what I might do is I might keep a physical copy and just never fucking open it, but just leave it here. Kind of like I might indirectly end up doing for One Piece, what is this? Romance Dawn, because I have yet to play it, and it's just kind of sitting here. I might leave the physical copy, but buy the digital copy on Wii U. Granted, I'm not doing that at the exact same time, but you know, It's like if it's like in the way I kind of do the gaming thing, it's like whichever. Cause like in terms of the definitive version of the game, it's like the Wii U is technically the strongest console I own currently. Therefore, I'm more inclined to get games for the Wii U. That's why I would be more, plus that just I feel like the game would be more optimized for the Wii with a 3DS. But considering it originally was a 3DS game, so I would think, oh, well, it probably would work better on a 3DS or Wii U with the dual screens and every fucking thing. But that's me. I don't know, the digital transition is going to be kind of a bitch to deal with. And I know it's becoming more apparent for me because I have this shit just lying around here. So I look at my physical copies and I start realizing I don't have space for half of this shit. I'm starting to just think maybe I should just start cutting corners in certain areas. And for right now, I think the first thing will be gaming. Because the Wii U games are starting to become a lot more apparent. And the PS4... I don't necessarily need to get physical copies for anything except for Kingdom Hearts 3, at least as of right now. Nintendo, I might do this. If we have another console generation, I might go digital for the other one. That's actually, we'll see what happens with PS4 this generation. We'll continue on. The PS4 I probably won't get maybe the end of this year, maybe next year. I don't even know yet. We'll see. But it's just something I kind of wanted to talk about. So please, let me know how you're dealing with the digital transition. Are you going to hold out as long as you can or what? Handheld's the other problem. I think Nintendo consoles might be the only ones I just physically collect for. I can't bring myself into that transition. The only thing that'll make me move into digital transition with handhelds quicker is maybe when they start putting GBA games on the Wii U, because I know that's coming next month. And that was the generation of handheld that I really got into. So I'm like, oh no. Especially because one of the games they announced was like Mario and Luigi Superstar Soccer. And that was like one of the first that was like my first Mario RPG. It's like, that was nostalgic for me. So, I don't know about handheld translation. I mean, as I said, with the 3DS generation, I'm probably going to still buy physical copies. I mean, I'm so happy I bought physical copies for half of these games. So, we're going to just make that slow transition. In terms of Viz Manga, that's going to be kind of my digital transition. I mean, It's a Warbito's still getting physical copies, and I mentioned the other ones. Tokyo Mew Mew was one of those for kids, emotional ties things, kind of like how One Piece is in that sense. That's why I want to finish Mew Mew out, but if I had to be perfectly honest, I'd rather watch the anime of Mew Mew than anything. But we won't get a good dub for that, ever, so... Unless I just feel like watching Japanese Raws, which I kind of don't. I actually wouldn't mind going back and rewatching the dub episodes. Oh, that's the other thing. Old school cartoon shows. That's probably going to be a DVD Blu-ray thing for right now. I don't know. The transition for shows and anime is harder than it is for games. Just because, I don't know. But please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. This has been the vlogs again for your boy Terrell. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.